We begin with the tensions in the Gulf, which are only soaring. The Iranian regime has now seized another foreign vessel over accusations that it was smuggling oil to foreign customers. The tanker stopped transmitting its location 2 days back near the Keshm Island, and Iran's state television has now reported that it had been intercepted by Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guards in Larak Island, south of Iran. The report also claimed that the vessel had 12 foreign crew members on board and was involved in smuggling about 1 million litres of fuel from Iranian smugglers. Interestingly, the acknowledgement that a vessel has been seized contradicts statements by Iran's foreign ministry, which claimed that it had aided a foreign oil tanker with a malfunction. Remember, the move by the paramilitary Revolutionary Guard of Iran comes amid heightened tensions between Iran and the US. Iran has been increasing its uranium production and enrichment over the limits that were set in the 2015 nuclear deal, and the US in return has sent thousands of additional troops and fighter jets into the Middle East. And now mysterious attacks on oil tankers is only adding to fears of an armed conflict breaking out. Our West Asia Bureau Chief Daniela Pagani now joins us live from Amman in Jordan for more on that story. Daniela, another oil tanker that is caught in between warring parties.
Yes, this is yet another episode of tension. Even though it is a strange episode, we still have the first and sketchy details. In fact, it is not clear if this oil tanker is effectively the same oil tanker that was signaled to have disappeared in yesterday. Still, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard have not made it clear. What we know is that this is a foreign oil tanker which was smuggling Iranian oil out of Iran and dealing with another foreign entity in order to sell this oil. So this poses and arises obviously some questions. If this was a tanker with Iranian oil, how did it cross the Iranian territorial waters without the Iranian government knowing it? So there are suspects that arises that probably this was one of the many so-called ghost ships that Iran has often used to keep selling its very own oil. What are these ghost ships? These are ships that basically disappear from the radar, then enter into Iranian territorial water to load oil and then get out, and at a certain point of time they appear again on radars. So no one is actually capable of tracking them, of understanding where this oil comes from, and this is how Iran has been evading sanctions for decades, so it has an expertise. But if this is the case, why are the Iranian Revolutionary Guards behind the seizure of these oil tankers? Many questions and very sketchy details as of now. It seems to be very much of an Iranian intelligence operation to stop perhaps some smugglers who were not properly working under the control of the Iranian government.
Daniela Pagani joining us live. Daniela, one quick question. Even now, the details that are coming out of Iran are sketchy, and because the foreign ministry is saying one thing and then the rest of the information coming from the military is another. In that sense, do you expect a statement coming in from the government anytime soon?
Well, it has to be, because otherwise it would be too sketchy and there would be too much of a speculation. And there is one thing which is, I would say, the greatest enemy of Iran right now is that, and that is any sort of speculation regarding any disappeared oil tanker. So Iran needs to keep the narrative under control. So sooner or later, Iran has to put out some sort of statement. Will that statement actually portray the truth? Well, hard to say. Iran has been denying even very evident facts in the last months, but it has also said the truth in very many other situations. So we need to wait, but certainly I would say that the Iranian government needs to put out a statement if it wants to control the narrative before Washington and its allies start accusing them of something they might not have done.
Our West Asia Bureau Chief Daniela Pagani joining us live from Amman in Jordan here on WION Dispatch. Thank you, Daniela, for being with us. Away from that and on to a story.